Hi, my name is Alan Li, and I'm the co-founder of Igniite. We help people find places to play sports.
How do you define success?
Success, I think, is being able to find something that you really love to do and finding other people who are really passionate about that. And doing the best you can to make a product that really helps better the lives of others.
Where did your inspiration come from?
I think growing up as a child, I had I got to see a lot of cool things that were invented, but not just from sort of a scientist or an inventor, but taken to mass market. Things like the internet, Windows, computers, which were Macs in the schools that I went to. And those things were very exciting. I got to sort of see firsthand that, a business, a startup, with some really talented people who work really hard can make a big dent in the world. And I figured that this was a really good vehicle to make a larger impact on the world than had I done anything else. And so I think my inspiration comes from a lot of the great thinkers and entrepreneurs that came before our time. So.
How did you move from idea to something actually succeeding in the market?
I think we're still working on the succeeding in the market part, but moving from an idea to actually doing something is really this kind of leap of faith that you have to take, and it's really believing in that I think you can do it differently or a little bit better than what it's out there right now, or anyone who can do it. And so I think that's a big part of it. It's just having that focus and that drive.
How did you organize your team?
I think organizing a team is just going out and finding other people who are really passionate about your cause. And passion really drives people to work, more than above and beyond. And you just can't get that if they're expected to work on something as a project or something just as work. And I think that's even more important than having specific skill, because people will go out and learn what they have to if they're really passionate about something. And so we're constantly building a team, and so if you're passionate about Ignite, shoot me an email at alan@ignite.com. But passion, I think, is where we start.
If you could have, what would you have done differently?
Ooh, a lot of things. I think taking money in the beginning is definitely something that we would have had done differently. We sort of quasi-bootstrapped it, but also raised a little bit of seed round funding. And if we were to do it all over again, I would say that we would start from bootstrapping, which is kind of what we're doing again now. And also to iterate more quicklier. And so a lot of the things that we did was really to build this really precise thing that ended up being wrong. So instead of building something really precise that was wrong, we would go sort of build something that was quasi-right, I think. And that's something that we're learning as we go today. So.
What makes a great entrepreneur?
I think a great entrepreneur, or what makes a great entrepreneur, is similar to what makes a great anything, really. It's just a lot of time, and if you're really into it, it's just like what makes a great athlete. You just have to go and do it a lot. And from making the mistakes, talking to other people, you're just always around other people who also are doing startups, and within the community of investors, people who are spending a lot of time creating new businesses, turning ideas to life, and talking to customers at the same time, and just doing that over and over again over a period of time, I think, is what makes a great entrepreneur.
What role did education have in your success?
Education, I think, in school was really important in that's where a lot of minds were coming together, and that was a great place for inspiration, both to get ideas and also to bounce ideas off of other people. I think as entrepreneurs are continually learning, not just from reading books and things like that, but just from making mistakes. And so I think education was very important, and there's a lot of lessons that could be learned quite a lot cheaply if you don't have to make them yourself. And so that's an ongoing process, definitely. So it plays a huge part, I guess, in success, I guess, of being an entrepreneur.
What is the most important question we did not ask you in the answer?
I think why is a question that we always ask, especially being young. It's a question that a lot of people ask you, sort of, what do you want to do when you grow up, kind of question. And why be an entrepreneur? Why be an inventor? Why not just get a job? You know? And so that's a question that I guess I constantly ask myself. And the answer to that would be, I think, is that being an entrepreneur, you have a lot of freedom to really do something you're really passionate about. It could be anything from small business, if you have a love for coffee, to start a coffee shop, or to doing something big like starting the next McDonald's, or starting the next Apple computers or something. And so I think that's a question that's not, a lot of people think about business as money driven, but it's really about it being a vehicle where and getting resources together to do something that you can't do yourself. And as much as people like Bill Gates or Steve Jobs and Warren Buffett, these people who are famous, get credit for as an individual, it's really not possible to do it on your own. Is that they all have great teams and mentors that really help to get them there.